Good morning, Africa. How are you all doing? Welcome to the 18th episode of the podcast Africa, the Next Big Thing. We have come so long, so far, to be honest. And the mission of this podcast channel is not just, to stay this small and all. Even we are, the new year is going to come now in very few days. So as I've decided one thing, like I'm also going to bring lot of investors now from North America, from Dubai, from India, from Europe. They are also going to come and share their plans, what they want to do in Africa in upcoming years. So lot to come on this channel, I'm telling you, each and everyone. And the mission of this podcast channel is to help African entrepreneurs become influent leaders by promoting out your brand, your culture, your business skills, and sharing your success stories, so that will keep your African youth inspired. And yes, you will be easily connected with a lot of foreign investors. So today the guest we are having is from Ghana. Again, you guys know that it's one of my favorite countries. His name is Mr. Awal Suddeeq. He is currently the Vice President of Strategy and Business Development of Appsaya. Mr. Awal is also passionate about creating more opportunities to facilitate the growth of startups and also providing mentorship to young entrepreneurs in Africa. He's doing a fantastic job. Mr. Awal has over more than 8 years of experience as an entrepreneur, and he also founded two companies before he joined Appsaya and Wasabih. It's also one of his company, which we will ask him in the podcast. So the topic today is, even yes, there are a lot of startups are coming from Africa. There are a lot of entrepreneurs are coming, but most of them they are failing. And why are they failing? We are going to know from the expert, Mr. Awal, who has a good experience, and he's live with us. And here he comes. Hello, Mr. Awal. How are you?
Hello, Mr. Chirag. I'm doing great and lovely to hear that Ghana is one of your favorites.
Oh, it's my second home.
That's good. You're always welcome to Ghana.
Yes, yes. Especially Accra Newtown. I cannot forget
Yeah,
to mention Accra Newtown name. It's my
yeah,
market. I used to rule
yeah.
that market. You can go and take my name. They're like, where is he?
Yeah. Amazing, amazing. I know it was an amazing experience for you.
Yeah, yeah, of course. So thank you so much for coming to my podcast. I know you are a very busy person. So
Yeah.
and yes, you are also have your plans, everything, but yes, you get time for us. So Mr. Aval, before we just move to the topic, let me just know a little bit about yourself, your introduction, like how did you get started, your education, what was your childhood like, and all.
Yeah, so just like any normal African, I would not say I had everything in life growing up. I am from a poor community called Tamale. Tamale in the northern part of Ghana. At the time we were growing up, now it has developed. I mean, at the time we were growing up, we did not see much success stories around ourselves. You know, you grow up, you see everybody struggling, everybody striving to become somebody. So this is how we started life. And after my first degree with uh, Technical University College Ghana. It's a private university college affiliated to Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology.
Okay.
Yes, that was a premier a private university in the northern part of Ghana. So after this, now questions became very normal part of my life, trying to question everything, trying to question my impact on the society, trying to question how I could be of use to my community. So if you want to know, I have
Yeah, yeah.
never written application letter. I don't know how they write application letter from my first degree. So I got engaged with some construction because I did my first degree in urban planning, fiscal development planning. So this is where I started. After 1 year with a construction firm, which I was maintained after doing internship with it, Then I said, this is not the kind of life I want to live. I
Hmm.
want to influence bit of things around myself. Then I formed my first company, Awakening Powered Minds Ghana. And my mission was just one thing, that to really inspire my colleagues and youth growing to tap into their unlimited potential,
Yeah.
because a lot of things do happen and we see poverty, we feel poverty, we know poverty when we see it. So you try to do whatever. But my number one biggest problem was that I came in the context of NGO. So Awakening Powered Minds Ghana was an NGO. Then I started interacting with the youth. We have APM clubs where the youth come, we share values, goals, how to set goals, how to do presentation, how to realize yourself from the primarily the books I was reading. So it was a kind of platform I was sharing with these guys. But soon afterwards, I just had to face the reality that I couldn't keep going because there was no money, there was no way we were raising money and everything. Then this kind of collapse, right? Now the burning desire didn't let me stop. So I said, okay, this was an NGO. Then let us come as a business entity to engage in productive activities that would bring us revenue. So I formed APM Multimedia. Now APM Multimedia marketing based company, because I realized my strength. I am a good salesperson. I mean, I sell anything. Then I saw that people were coming out with local soaps, local tea from raw materials around us, everything. But these guys didn't have the experience to market, didn't know how to promote their product, to brand it, and everything. And this was my interest. So what I did was I came out with this. Then we started marketing and promoting other products. So all these local women, we go around. If you are doing local processing, we understand your product and we enroll these products and services on our platform. So we had a team, sales team. We go around, educate the people. This was fiscal, nothing on Facebook, nothing, nothing. I mean, digital marketing was not the thing at that
Yeah.
time. So we did this. I recruited a lot of sales, and then the revenue became started coming. So we had good revenue, but another challenge set in, and that was, so we promoted all these products. When it becomes so popular, people found a way of contacting the manufacturers directly.
Hmm. Hmm.
And
Hmm.
this
Hmm.
was a big thing, big problem for us because we were not selling. And then I mean, you are still small, you are not ready to even send somebody to court, you a whole lot of issues. So we realized this problem. And my team got discouraged and everything. I said, look, even though we are not longer making any revenue, but we have something that nobody has: customer feedback. We
Yes.
had the data, we have interacted with these people, we know what they want. So instead of lamenting, let's begin to create our own products. And our product should be in a way that it can affect the local economy. So if you know Northern Ghana very well, Northern Ghana, we are blessed with a lot of shea nut trees. So shea butter is something our people, our local women process a lot. And now we are exporting to Malaysia, USA, everything. All the shea butter in Ghana, you come to the northern part and you get it. So I grew up seeing all these women doing. So what we did was to come out with a cosmetic brand that uses this shea butter and blended with fresh fruits and plants. So we had moringa soap, moringa body cream, and it was using shea butter. So we started promoting and marketing our own product. And this was a real business that we created. We created from our local environment, and we started promoting it. Now my team grew from myself, the next two people, to about 15 in a team, and we had marketed across everywhere. Then partnership opportunity came from Qatar. So we partnered, and the company changed from APM Multimedia to Rawasi Cooperative Group in partnership
Wow.
with these Qatari partners. So this
Great.
was how the success story began. So we bought our first car. We did a lot of things, and we had to do a bit of branding and everything. So we and remember, an entrepreneur freedom is something you really cherish. So
Of course.
somewhere along the line, we had another challenge. Another challenge was, these our partners sitting in Qatar wanted to direct everything because they had invested money.
Hmm.
So
Of
this
course.
was a biggest challenge again. And my Ghanaian partner, my Ghanaian co-founder, he brought this partnership. So it became like a lot of challenges. We had no experience in partnership. I was an entrepreneur. He was just coming back from Qatar, pure in education. He did his MPhil and he came, no experience, whatever, running in business. And you could imagine how we were trying to work together. It was not a real smooth running, but the company was growing. At a point in time, we had to just say, look, we cannot continue this way. Let me
Hmm.
move on, and you find a way of dealing with your partners in Qatar.
Hmm.
I was not ready for this. Then I moved on, and then became Powered Minds. Powered Minds, we continue our production. We launched our first brand, Cassie
Hmm.
Naturals, in the Ghanaian market. Then the opportunity presented itself. I got the opportunity to come to Malaysia to study my MBA in the Asia School of Business in collaboration with MIT, Sloan
Huh.
in the US. So
Yes.
this was a combination between Sloan and Asia School of Business. Very, very extraordinary and unconventional kind of institution. We are always very proud to have the opportunity going through this. And this changed the game. Remember, this was an entrepreneur with my own experience, struggling through, no guidance, no mentorship, nothing. I had to study this hardcore up to this point. Now I was provided an opportunity for an MBA that will come with all the frameworks, all the marketing tools, everything. I had access to the best professors in the world, both in MIT and Asia School of Business. And this was like another level of success. So
Amazing.
yeah, it gave me the right
Amazing.
network, the right knowledge, the right tools, the everything. So this was where the opportunity came, and I met my co-founder of WhatsApp in Malaysia
Yeah.
actually.
Okay.
So this was where I met my co-founder of WhatsApp and Appsaya. Then the story continues.
Amazing, amazing, inspirational, so inspirational. And you have also mentioned all the challenges that you have faced, whether it was a
Yeah.
partner from
Mm,
Qatar and all these things. But
mm,
yeah, amazing, finally you found somebody who is very well known and all. So,
yeah.
Mr. Raval, as you know, the topic of today. So, my question now to you is, see, I've read there is an app. I used to follow that, even I used to follow them on Google and all those things. Like,
Yeah.
according to Tech Cable, Africa's failing startups have a huge fragility problem. Why? Why is that? Why African startups are failing? This could be one reason, like you have mentioned, the investor problem, maybe. But many
Yeah.
startups in Africa are failing right now. What is the main reason?
Yeah. So when you say fragile, so so let's put it in this context. Okay, globally, about 90% of all startups fail. One
Yes.
out of only 1 out of 10 startups succeeds. Okay, this is a global problem. Then when you come to Africa, we have a level of like a Western situation because of fragility, as you said. We are not fragile, but I will not. Fragile is something. Fragility is something we need to learn,
Yes.
adapting to the changing trend of the market is the first
Right.
thing. But this is not the core thing. I wouldn't say it's the core thing
Hmm.
because there are so many. This topic, I know we can discuss it weeks, days, and even months. Because
Yeah.
when it comes to startups, everything matters.
Right.
See, what
I
is
want you
the
to give me 5 reasons why are they failing.
see see now I'm in Wasabih, and let me just tell you a bit of Wasabih, then I put it in the context. Now
Cool.
we are trying to come out with the largest global professional network for the halal economy. You can call
Hmm.
it the LinkedIn for the halal economy.
Yeah. Yeah.
We
I saw.
we have we have served the global halal industry for long now. We are just coming from Saudi Arabia.
Hmm.
We did our first three events in Saudi Arabia. Very very good. Then we are moving to London. We did for Canada, and we did something with Mihas as well. And this is the thing. We realize a gap because we are a business merchant. So if you say Appsaya is a technology based company, okay?
Okay.
And what do we do? Business matching is what we do. So we serve industry. We serve the event industry, exhibition, conferences. Our platform is able to host thousands of exhibitors, buyers, and speakers on the platform. You have video calls, everything on the platform. So whatever event we were in there, but we had to pivot because we identify this challenge, this gap in the halal industry. Let me tell, and that is where we are coming. You have to pivot, you have to adapt to the changing trend of the market. So we adapted, we pivoted, and we repositioned ourselves to serve the halal industry very well. Halal industry is projected to grow up to 12 trillion in 2028.
Hmm.
2022, we are around 7.2 trillion
Wow.
economy. But Africa is yet to start serious conversation on the halal economy. So you see that the world has moved. And Africa is yet to wake up to this global opportunity. This year, Nigeria held its first Halal Expo. Okay, Halal Expo Nigeria, good start, but we still have to do a lot. South Africa is doing a bit to tap into
Yeah.
this global halal industry, but what is the entire Africa doing? There's no conversation. We are not realizing this opportunity. So this is our problem, and we need to work on this. So back to your question, okay? The number one problem, what is the education system? I know global, everybody is now trying to come out with the right method of teaching entrepreneurship. What is
Yes.
most important for entrepreneur, for the entrepreneur? So Africa, what is that? We still run on educational models that we ran 50 years back.
Hmm.
60 years back. I mean, the professor is still having that notes he
Of
prepared for
course.
his first lecture as
Yeah.
a professor. And this is the huge problem. We are trained to come out and find good jobs. We are not trained to create.
Yes.
Creation is something else.
They are consumers,
Entrepreneurship
not creators.
is not only books. Now we realize that we have to train entrepreneurs. And you know the funny thing? The guy in the class teaching entrepreneurship has never run a single business in his lifetime.
Of course. Right.
So, so you see the biggest challenge, because this is an area I am so passionate about, because I recently launched another startups that is nurturing innovative minds, and we are targeting to come out with a model. We have a model of our training, and we believe that this is the right way to train entrepreneurship. But let me tell you, who is teaching entrepreneurs how to become successful entrepreneurs? The same professors, the same teachers who never ran any business anywhere and would read books and come and tell you. Look, motivational speaking to inspire people is not enough to run business. And you know
Of course.
this.
Yeah,
If you
yeah.
are starting something, you know the challenges are huge out there. So the first thing is that we are still yet to find the right kind of approach to teaching entrepreneurship. And we are yet to find the right type of people to train entrepreneurs. Okay, my school, we have something we call action learning. When I
Hmm.
was doing my MBA, now action learning will expose you to five different industries, five different companies in five different countries. You can see that. So your first project, you are in Malaysia. Second project, you are going to Thailand. Third project, you are in India. Fourth, this is how we do. And you are exposed to real industry challenges. And
Hmm.
you practically have to figure it out, do presentation. You are being asked questions. You are being challenged of the solutions you are coming. And this is the training. Tell me against somebody who has done 4 good years in a classroom with no experience in the industry, then will come out and say starting a company is not a joke.
Hmm.
And this is what we all faced. We all had to figure it out in a hard way. In a hard way. You didn't have anything. So, first of all, the kind of education we have, okay, is totally not serving the needs of entrepreneurs.
Right.
And this is the biggest and the first challenge of, you see, you learn adaptability. You learn it, and you learn market needs from the classroom, translating to practical thing. Now you've never heard anything, and you are just doing. So the first thing is education, and it's a big problem. We can look at it from the governmental level, from the individual level, from whatever. And this is the first problem. Now I tell you the second problem. The
Yes.
second problem, in my view, in my experience, is that we are creating products and services. We are creating products and services that the market doesn't need.
Hmm.
You create a solution for yourself, it doesn't have a problem. No, you are just creating. You are so excited about starting business. You create your product and you land it in the market, and the market say, we don't need it. What are you going to do? So this is another level of failure. See, you don't start entrepreneurship by just thinking about beautiful idea and start creating something.
Of course.
You are not in the minds of your customers, and that's why data decision making is very important. Data-based decision making. What surveys have you run? How did you know your ideal customer? Who are you creating this solution for? And did you speak to that person to understand that he really needs this? So this is a big problem. So see, there's something we call segmentation, right? The market is so big, you can't create a product to serve everybody.
Of
So
course.
somebody
Never.
creates a product, and who are you targeting? The youth.
Hmm.
The youth is big, huge. What type of the youth? Male, female, educated, uneducated, working, unemployed, is the youth. And I have this conversation with a lot of startups
Hmm.
after I returned back to Ghana. And that is what is compelling us to come out and do something. So, first of all, we must know that, look, there's something called product market fit.
Yes.
You need to understand and profile your customer. Understand the needs of the customer. So most of our startups, we don't have the time to even take the data, to even go and do bit of interviews with our potential customers.
Hmm.
Then we create the products. So if you tell me you are doing something for Ghanaian startups, my first question would be, Mr. Chirag, how many Ghanaian startup founders have you interviewed
Hmm.
to validate these needs in the market?
Of
If
course.
you haven't, then we have a long way to go in this journey. So this is the number one problem. We don't know our customer, and we don't know the value of knowing your customer, what it holds. So we
Hmm.
jeopardize with it, and we sit in our small room and create something and come to the market, and the market will reject it.
Of course.
So we need to know. I tell you, my first brand, Kasi Naturals, we were
Hmm.
targeting mass market. After I went to Asia School of Business, understand this concept, and I came back. When I came back, my first project I did was to create another brand because I realized that those who were targeting will never pay you money to earn a margin that would even sustain your company.
Of
So I
course.
have to
Never.
re-strategize and retarget. And for doing that, I had to go and target, interview women to
Hmm.
understand what type of cosmetic products are they using, how do they value, what type of women value natural cosmetics, and how do I target them. Now, after creating my second brand, Avela Naturals, see the pricing between Avela Naturals and Cassie Naturals is huge. Avela has this, and Casino Trial is still down there. Why? Because we understand segmentation now, and we
Of course.
understand our customer needs. And based on the data we received, by the way, big ups to Asia School of Business because they supported me in this. This was my final project. I wrote to the school. I want to go on embark on entrepreneurship journey. So I want to take this option instead of working for a company for my last project. And they give me this, and it was data. I was asked questions. I was, I was taken through all this process to make sure that I really validated the market.
Yes.
So this is one thing. Now we are selling in Senegal as well. Next month I will be in Senegal
Hmm.
to
Nice.
yes, for our first production, because we just sell in Senegal. Now we are partnering with our Senegalese company to do the production in Senegal. And this is the power of segmentation, knowing your customer segment. So you are
Yes.
you are in your local environment doing something that will never fly above the 10 houses around you. You definitely fail because you don't understand the market. So understanding the customer is another thing we need to know. So we
Of
have to
course.
take product market fit as really very serious, because customer is king, right? If you don't know
Yeah. Of
your
course.
customer,
No doubt.
you could don't know. And the world is moving towards data. Data. The world has even moved, and everybody is making big deal out of the data. Whoever has the data is king. If I
Yes.
have the data of 1 million customers and you have the data of 50 customers, we are not the same.
Hmm.
You understanding and profile your customer segment, and this is a big challenge in startups. And I've spoken with a couple of people, and we've done even projects in Asia, and we see even big companies really struggling to even identify the right segment to launch their new product and services.
Hmm.
So this is key for people to know. Now we should look at another challenge. You see, the startup process is a process, it's a science, and you need to understand itself. You need to understand yourself as an entrepreneur, and you need to understand the process of this startup system. You see, so who are you? What type of entrepreneur are you? See, some people, they are very excited with new challenges. Okay,
Hmm.
so good for you. You want to start something, the challenge is there, the problems will never finish, right? So
Of
you get
course.
a problem, you get an issue, you get a need, you create something. Now, after creating, what are the process? What do you need? How should you behave? And this is another thing. So my professor, Professor Loredana, she came out with NSS framework, nailing, scaling, and sailing framework.
Hmm.
I tell you, the nailing stage is when you are even struggling to nail down your product. Okay? And this is not the time for you. If you understand the time, it's a time of little resources. It is not the time for perfection. It is not the time to start bringing experts to your company because you have raised money. You don't even know your product very well. You don't even nail down a single customer segment, and you are doing it. You are already scaling. She calls it naked scaling. Okay, you
Hmm.
need to scale very well. So, as a nailer, this is somebody who is excited about this new journey. A nailer is somebody who break the rules. A nailer is somebody excited about new challenge and will want to go extra mile to create, to innovate, to really make things happen.
Hmm.
So know that one, in this process, in this stage, you need speed. You don't need perfection. You need
Yes.
speed. So because the bigger companies out there, your comparative advantage over them is that you are a startup. You can easily make decisions quickly and move on. And when there are challenges, you can adapt quickly, identify the challenge, fix it, and you are moving. But if at this stage you are looking for a professional accountant, a professional administrator, you are bound to fail
Right.
because these people are not nailers. They are not created. Remember, they are not creators. They are professionals who like working with system. And as a nailing stage of your company, you don't need all these systems. You have to pass through all this before you can do. No, you need to understand that the process has a way of going about it. So you find a way of nailing your customers, nailing your product and your first customer segment. How do you get
Yes.
your first 10 customers?
Hmm.
And stop all this analysis, all this over bringing systems to burden yourself, looking for the right technology. No, this is not the time. Minimum viable products, you're launching the product, you begin to interview your customers, you know the right segment, you nail down the right customer segment, then you are in there and you adapt as you go. Adaptability, right? You
Yes.
adapt, you listen to the market, you listen to the feedback, and you move. This is fragile, being fragile, right? and
Yeah.
and there are a lot of concepts around this. So this is another issue. See, and all these topics, I tell you, there are topics on its own. So that's why I
Hmm.
said we could discuss
We
this
can discuss. Yeah.
over
It's
and
a
over.
yes, no doubt.
Very critical because I am in this space and I
Yes.
speak to a lot of. See, I was in Ethiopia, amazing people.
Hmm.
You know, black seed is everywhere.
Yeah.
In Ethiopia, they farm this black seed. They are exporting black seed. They are exporting black seed oil, very quality. And I went there for this project, and I had the opportunity of talking to these farmers, talking to exporters, talking to all these stakeholders in the space. And you could see, you ask them, do you have halal certification? No. You want to export to Malaysia? Yes. But the number one thing is to understand the market you are targeting. And without the halal certification, you don't have any business in these countries.
Hmm.
You see the gap. They have never heard of it, but it's a requirement in the market you are going to. So we had to figure out a way of doing this. Okay, and do they understand the quality the market needs? This is another thing. So you need to understand the market. This is a
Hmm.
big challenge out there. So this is another thing. Quickly, I will touch on the team, building the right team.
Hmm.
See, so a trend you see in most of the startups in Africa is that everybody wants to go solo, right?
Yes,
Everybody
yes.
wants to be a single founder kind of thing.
Single founder. Yes.
It doesn't work that way. The
Doesn't work.
future,
Yes.
so the odds, the success rate is that startups with more than one founder really have really has a higher rate of success than single founders.
Hmm.
Because when you are multiple founders, when you are two, three, four founders, everybody comes on board with his or her level of expertise.
Yes.
And you have to challenge each other, you discuss, you do that. When you are single, you may be tempted to even bring people on board who cannot challenge you.
Hmm.
You are the boss, right? You are the
Yeah.
CEO. Fancy,
Yep.
fanciful, fancy titles here and there. But the reality is that team works. Team is very, very important. You need to know the right team. Again, I go back to the nailing stage. You are just creating, okay? You should know the type of people you want to be part of this journey. This is the time you need nailers who can go out there, break rules, and will not wait to get approval from you and will not ask you for direction every step. These are
Hmm.
creators, innovators who will do this without asking you. And this is where the problem lies. Because if you
Hmm.
don't get the right team, you are doomed. You cannot travel far. So nobody does it alone. So getting the right team is very important. The right team around a nailing environment to take you from one stage to another is very key.
Hmm. Right.
And this is a problem. Trust me, this is a problem. Nobody is teaching who what to do. Okay, I have a mentor and a teacher in MIT,
Hmm.
Bill, amazing entrepreneur. Bill wrote a book, Entrepreneur,
Hmm.
Disciplined Entrepreneurship, and he outlined 24 steps to. It's a science. It's a way of doing things. 24 steps to get there as an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
To be successful in your journey, and he talks about team building. And he talks about the process of even knowing yourself and knowing your potential partners. What is he bringing on board? If you are a technical person, is he bringing on board marketing skills? Is he bringing on board administrative skills? What are your skill sets? What do you know? Ask yourself, question yourself. This is key. So if Chirag wants to go far, you need to get the right team in
Of course.
place.
No doubt.
And you need to have that conversation. See, your best friend is not your best business partner. Forget it.
Never,
You are
never. I have experienced
some
that.
yeah, some people say, oh, this guy is a good friend. We think alike, and you don't need to think alike. You need to complement each other's skill set. Then the
Yes.
journey becomes interesting. Now, an African entrepreneur comes and just look
Mhm.
around. This guy is my best friend. Let's do this
Hmm, hmm,
together.
hmm. It
So
doesn't work.
team building is crazy. And some people, because they have some level of resources, they want to start professionalism very early. They
Right.
want to bring systems in very early. They want to bring in a way of doing certain things very early. Please, until you nail down your first customer segment and serve them very well with the right product, you have no business scaling to the next stage.
Correct.
And this, we can have conversation about that. How to
Yeah.
identify that you are ready for scaling.
Hmm.
This is really, really, really very important. So people scale very quickly and they die very quickly.
Hmm.
Okay. For example, you may scale very quickly and your operational capability is there, down there. How do you support demand? You are bound to collapse.
Yes.
You are scaling quickly and you haven't even nailed down a proper product or service. This is it. So we have challenges. We can talk about business model,
Yeah.
sustainable business models.
Hmm.
How do you come out with sustainable business models, or you are just doing?
Right.
So
Amazing.
it's really crazy challenges out there, and each and every challenge is a topic on its own. And
Yes.
I'm happy to have a conversation around this topic as well. I am
Yes.
so passionate about this because of my startup experience, and I know the needs of these people.
I have to call you for another podcast also next year now, where we will discuss the scaling model in detail.
Yeah, yeah,
Amazing
yeah.
insights, Mr. Raval, that you have mentioned. The one thing that, two things I liked the most about it. I liked everything. I won't say the one or two, but the most important that I liked was the partner. Like if somebody is my friend, and yes, let me start a business with him and all, because I have
Mm,
myself experienced this thing. The thing
yeah.
was, you know, it doesn't mean that, because see, after my doing my masters from India, I was
Mhm,
placed outside Dubai, Ghana, Nigeria, these countries everywhere. So my mindset was little different, and now I'm working with United States, a lot of
yeah,
coaches, lot of consultants in US I'm working now. So the mindset that I have, and when I came back to India, the only mistake that I did, I just wanted to capture Indian market as well. So to capture the Indian market, I have a very good friend in the same field. I thought, okay, let's do a partnership together. But our partnership didn't even last long, for not even 4 months, because I was not able to work with such mindset.
yeah,
Because now, after working internationally, I just cannot, I was like, man, I cannot fit myself with such mindset people. Like,
yeah.
and when you explain them something, they take their ego, because he like, okay, oh, you are my friend, how can you tell me this? So I
Mm,
was like,
mm.
man, I fold my hands. I will never do partnership in India again with any of my friends.
Yeah.
So it's such a
That's a hard
pathetic thing.
truth, right? Hard truth
Yes,
is it's a conversation we have to have before moving to the next stage with our partnership. What are
of
you
course.
bringing on board? What are
On
you
board.
good
Yes.
at? It's not
Yes.
about how good are you to me as a friend. No, it's about your skill set. It's about who you are. It's about what you know to do very well. Okay.
Hmm.
By the way, India is my second home as well. I have a
Oh.
lot of beautiful brothers from India. We've been together during my MBA journey and even my
Hmm.
entrepreneurship journey. We have Professor Raj. He's now
Ah.
back to India and he's on a mission to create 1 million entrepreneurs. And he's doing well with this technology, teaching kids in rural Indias about coding
Uh-huh.
and
Okay.
everything. Yeah, yeah, very
Amazing.
amazing
Amazing.
person. You should
Amazing.
speak to
Huge respect.
Professor Raj. Yeah, Professor Raj taught us entrepreneurship and
Hmm.
the same things. He taught us empathy as a tool,
Empathy.
very
Hmm.
important tool in entrepreneurship. If
Hmm.
you don't put yourself into the shoes of your potential customers, you have no business coming out with solution for that person.
Right.
Go to the
Amazing.
market, go to the field, talk to them, put yourself in that shoe and come.
Right.
Very amazing design thinking concept. Big ups
Yes.
to Professor Raj, very amazing person. So I've always been surrounded by Indian brothers and sisters. I love them.
Oh.
I love India. Yeah.
Oh. Thank you. We respect
Yeah.
you, and so I just invite you to India as well. So when you come to India, I will be your host. You know.
Yeah.
So I'll take you,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and when I'll
I've
come to
gotten
Ghana,
multiple. Yeah, yeah.
s-
Ghana, you are welcome.
so there are 100 hosts who are waiting for me in Ghana.
Yeah, I've gotten a lot of invitation from my colleagues to come to India, and I look forward to. I'm going to make time for this.
Amazing.
Amazing people, amazing people. So
No doubt.
this is entrepreneurship journey. It's not for joke at all. It's not a joke. It's not about listening to a motivational speaker and you are jumping on this.
Hmm.
It requires a lot of thinking. It requires a lot of work. It requires knowing yourself as a person, the skill set you have, and the what you are passionate about. Okay.
Yes.
Finally, I want to talk about luck. There's a bit of luck in everything.
Hmm.
Luck also plays very important role in entrepreneurship. You have
No
to meet
doubt.
the
No
right
doubt.
people, and you have to come out at the right time. So, as whatever religion you belong to, pray. For me,
Yes.
as a Muslim, I know daily recitation of the Quran, getting up midnight for my qiyam, and everything, seeking direction and seeking the to meet the right people and the right opportunities is a lot of important. Like it's as important as the journey itself. That comes
Yes.
first. So there's luck in everything. Meeting the right
No
people
doubt.
at the right time is not easy. So
Yes.
people should identify, should really know this as a
Yes.
fact. It's not about science, it's not about figures, it's not, but there's something called luck as well. People,
Yes.
so I had interaction with one entrepreneur in Malaysia. He actually came to deliver a speech in my business school, and he told us, the first money I received as an entrepreneur, I didn't even know what a business plan is.
Hmm.
But I have this
Right.
friend who joined a venture capital firm and they were looking for people to invest. I said, come over, talk to my boss, and let's see what happens. At the time I was speaking to this boss, I didn't know it was pitching because I didn't know pitching. So he said, as an entrepreneur, just remember to be lucky.
That's amazing.
Very
And I
important.
hope my viewers, today they have taken a lot of notes, because so many insights about entrepreneurship has been shared by you, and which is amazing. Even I got new things. I learned new things from you, Mr. Awal. And
Thank you.
so before just and first of all, thank you so much for coming to my podcast. But yes, you have to answer the last question. This question I ask in every episode, and you have to say this: what advice do you want to give a youngster right now between 18 to 25 who's watching this episode?
That's a big question. That's a big question. So as a youngster, the most important thing for you to is to quickly identify your passion.
Mhm.
This some people have taken 50 years before they get it. Some people 20 years, some people 10 years. If you are lucky and you start questioning yourself, start reflecting, start identifying what you are passionate about. See, if you work in an environment that you get to do what you love every
Mhm.
day, you will never be tired. You will never give up. The only point where an entrepreneur fails is when the founder or founders decide to quit, decides to
Hmm.
give up. That is where you fail. And if you begin to do what you are passionate about, trust me, you will not give up. So please, as a young person, try to reflect, try to ask questions, try to identify. If you ask questions to identify what you are passionate in, and you develop your skills around that, and you start making impact, you will never get tired of doing work. Every day will be laughter, smiles, and more energy, more passionate. And you know what it means to have passion for something. You will never get tired doing that. So this is my number one advice.
Oh, amazing, amazing. And one more thing I just want to ask you: where do you see yourself after 5 years? Your
After
plans?
yeah,
Yeah.
my plans okay. So 5 years from now, you'll
Yeah.
see Awal as a mentor, as a teacher of entrepreneur, as a nature of the next generation of African entrepreneurs. And this is what I want to die doing. And this is my next stage of life. to
So are you open to
really,
collaborate? Because I would also love to join you on this journey because we are also
yeah,
sharing a same vision.
yes.
Mhm.
And the future is collaboration and partnership.
Of course,
This
no doubt.
we cannot really run away from this.
Mhm.
Awal cannot do it alone. Chirag cannot do it alone. We
Right.
can only partner to do this. And if you are not open to partnership, you are open to dying early as an entrepreneur. Your business, your idea will die early. There are a lot of competition out there. And when you identify a need and you are trying to serve that need in the market, you should be open for collaboration. This is competition is not a big thing, collaboration is. Because
Yes.
when we begin, see, your potential competitors are your potential partners. You just need how to know how to play the game. So I
Right.
am open at all times for any kind of partnership. So you are welcome. We've already
Thank
started
you.
some bit of discussions, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And yeah, yeah. So this
And I'm
is
getting
this is
results as well now.
excellent, excellent.
Hmm.
And this is amazing. This is amazing. So the future is collaboration and partnership, and we are ready to do. And I keep on thanking the management of Asia School of Business. Please, you can check it out. It's an
Hmm.
amazing, extraordinary, and unconventional business school. And
Hmm.
we are very, very proud of the training they give us. And they have caused this huge change and within me. And of course, my mentors growing up, those who encourage me from my first degree, my teachers, and everybody. Trust me, an entrepreneur must ask questions. And if you ask
Yes.
questions without getting answers, you become more frustrated. So
Yes.
you always have to thank those who provided you one or two answers when you were asking, and tap
Correct.
on your back and say, boy, you have to move on. So those guys, they are a lot in our lives, and we have to show appreciation. So we say
Great.
thank you to everybody who play this role and are still playing some kind of role in our journey. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Awal, for coming over here. And it was an insightful session that we did today. And I hope,
Thank
like,
you.
the viewers, they also got a lot of, insights from this session. So I'll see all my viewers in the next episode of the podcast Africa, the next big thing. Thank you so much, Mr. Raval. Thank you so much to all the viewers who are listening to this podcast. We are just going to enter the new year very soon, few days left. So plan
Yeah,
your new year resolution, come up with the new ideas. Let's crush it. Let's make Africa the next big thing, as this podcast say. So you guys can share this amazing episode with your friends if you want. I never ask Mr. Awal anyone to go like, subscribe, and all those things. I don't do, because I know that if somebody is serious about their career, they automatically are going to come and do that. I'm not like other YouTubers or like podcast channel people like, oh, go and subscribe, go and do. No, no, no. We are here. We need right mindset people. Like it says, like your vibe will attract the tribe. So we need the
yeah,
right mindset people. I know that if somebody is really passionate, they will automatically comes to me. I don't have
that's
to
true.
beg. Yeah. Right. So thank you so much, Mr.
All right.
Raval. Thanks everyone. See you
Thank you.
guys next week.
All right.